Hi there, it's Allannah. Welcome back to YogaYin. Thank you so much for joining us. Today I'm going to take you through a full-length fertility sequence. This is for a student who has just entered her 40s. She's been using acupuncture as well, which I highly recommend. Acupuncture and yoga work together like hand in glove for fertility, and that's great. It's regulated her periods, but she's still not getting pregnant. What we're going to deal with today is fertility obsession. When you can't stop thinking about getting pregnant. She's a very smart woman, she's a very cerebral person, and I think this is something that we can all relate to. When you're trying to get pregnant, it does become the only thing that you can actually focus on. And unfortunately, this causes a sense of stress in the body, which makes it less likely that we'll actually conceive. So what we're going to work with today is actually bringing that mind back to a state of balance along with our fertility postures. And really, after this sequence, you should experience a sense of deep calm and acceptance just with that fertility journey. I have had many people contact me in terms of their male partner and sperm quality and quantity. Now, YogaYin is about yoga for women, so I haven't done anything about putting together something for men. However, there are so many of you, and since at least 35% of infertility is because of male infertility, if you would like a male sequence for your partner, please contact me on Facebook or contact me on YouTube. Let me know, and if there are enough of you, I will put a sequence together for male infertility. If you would like a personalized sequence of your own, please contact me on Facebook. Namaste. Okay, so for this practice, you're going to need a strap, or if you don't have a strap, a scarf will do, and something to put underneath your head. We're going to begin this practice in cat pose. So I want you to come onto all fours, hands underneath your shoulders, inner elbows turn toward one another, and knees directly under your hips. Stay here for just a couple of deep breaths, just in a neutral cat pose, and I want you to feel the weight through your hands, through your knees, and to some extent the tops of your feet. Feel yourself really grounding down, and then when you're ready, inhale, open up the throat. Try not to dip too much through the lower back, and then exhale. Curl and release the head. Inhale and open. Exhale, tilt the pelvis under, curl, drop the head. Inhaling, exhaling. 2 more rounds in your own time. Close your eyes if you're comfortable. Feel into your spine. Great. And when you're ready, take your knees out to the side of your mat. We're going to practice sexy cat. Circling the hips. Releasing off the pelvis and getting the blood flow moving down to the pelvis. Keep breathing and try not to take your body back and forth, but try and just isolate that area. Now, my student has had a fractured pelvis, so we're going to work directly with that to increase the blood flow to this area without aggravating. Okay, reverse those circles. And if you're finding it hard to get this one, it's like you're drawing a circle with your buttocks. Should feel it in the lower back. And and then come to a neutral spine. We're going to bring those knees back to center. And now we're just going to gently lay down onto the belly. Bring the toes together. Head looking forward. And just keep the upper chest firmly to the mat. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Take a couple of deep breaths here. Gentle massage for the belly. Very good for worry. And when you're ready, spread your fingers nice and wide, curl your toes, and come back to a downward dog. This pose balancing our entire endocrine hormonal system. Come up onto your toes. First of all, give it a good stretch. Drop your knees so that your shins are parallel with the mat, and then take the heels back. And we're going to walk through one heel at a time to gently just wake up the backs of the legs. Good. When you feel ready, inhale and exhale. Sink your heels down towards the mat. Don't worry if they don't come all the way to the mat. We're going to hold it here for 6 deep breaths. Let your belly be free. And then when you're ready, I want you to walk your hands to your feet. Feet underneath the hips. Take hold of your inner elbows. Drop your head. Take a couple of deep breaths here. Feel the feet really grounding down into the mat. And then drop your hands and roll all the way up the spine. Shoulders, neck, head are the last to come up. Turn around and I want you to use a wall for this pose. We're going to walk our hands down the wall into a half downward dog. Just pressing the hands against the wall. Feeling nice and strong. Now, downward dog isn't an easy pose for you. You can always practice half downward dog. But from here, what we're going to do is just walk the hands up just a little. Kick our feet out to the side just a little wider, and we're going to circle the hips. So again, we're focusing on the pelvis, getting blood to the pelvis. Bend the knees. And then reverse those circles. Keep breathing while you're doing this. Should feel really good in the lower back. And then when you're ready, walk your feet underneath your hips and come back into a half downward dog. And then release your hands fold forward, drop your head, and again soften your knees and roll all the way back up. Come to the center of your mat. Feet directly underneath the hips. Raise the toes and spread them, plant them down. Raise the heels just a little and plant them down. And then soften your knees. If you tuck them back like I do, just release them slightly forward to bring your pelvis into alignment. Tuck your tailbone under. Draw up through the sides of the body rather than the belly. Let the belly be free. We want to bring the breath right down into this area. Roll your shoulders back and down. Drop your chin. Looking straight ahead. Beautiful. And I want you to feel your weight in your feet. Feel how much contact you have with the mat. Bring the tips of your thumbs, your forefingers together, place them over your belly. Breathe down into the belly. See if you can make the hands on your belly rise and fall with your breath. Rise as you inhale, fall as you exhale. And if thoughts come, just be aware of them. Don't try and block them. Good. When you're ready, I want you to step your feet out nice and wide. Turn your toes out. We're going to go through a couple of rounds of Qigong, very grounding for the body. So what I want you to do is take your arms out to the sides and then bend down, bend your knees, pick up the earth and bring it to your chest, nice and wide. Deep squat, tuck your tailbone under. Hold it here. Press your hands together, take them out to the side. Push out through the heels of your hands. Good. And when you're ready, take them up and over your head to prayer pose. Another deep breath. And then take them behind your back, interlace your fingers, palms in towards the body and fold all the way over. Drop the crown of the head. Release the arms, and if that's too much, lay them on the back of your body, palms up towards the ceiling. And then release and roll all the way up through the body. Good. We're going to do that again. Inhale. And sweep the earth. Bring it to the heart. Press the hands together. Exhale. Take them out to the side. Inhale. Take them up and over their head. And take them behind the back. Roll your shoulders, open up the throat. Fold forward. Release the hands and roll all the way up through the body. Roll the shoulders back and down. And just release here. Now, if you are in your 2-week wait, particularly if you're on IVF, I don't want you to practice that Qigong sequence, okay? Beautiful. When you're ready, we're going to sweep the earth, and I want you to raise your arms, fold down, and come back up. Good. So again, landing the knees, making sure you're nice and stable, but really just letting it all go. 2 more rounds. One more. And then come all the way back up. Beautiful. Step your feet in. Coming back to your Tadasana spine, we're going to practice Kardhi Chakrasana. Helicopter pose. Arms nice and low for that lower back. Raising them gently to the middle spine. You can slow it right down if you wish. And then up and over the head. Working into the cervical spine, the upper back. And then gently start to bring it back down. All the way back to center. Close your eyes if you're comfortable. Feel your weight in your feet. Make a note if you can feel that weight in your feet more than when we first practiced Tadasana. Float your eyes open, bring the tips of your thumbs, your forefingers together, Yoni Mudra over the belly. Keep the breath flowing down to the belly. Allow yourself a gentle smile. Breathe that smile into your whole body. Then float your eyes open and come down to your mat. Okay, come down to your mat and I want you to come into a seated position. And we're going to come into either Sukhasana, easy cross-legged pose, or if you wish to, you can come into Siddhasana, pose of a sage, whatever feels the most comfortable for you. And we're going to take a blanket, just place it underneath the ischial bones at the bottom of the buttock. Sitting up nice and tall, taking a couple of deep breaths here. We're going to practice prana mudra. So if you know at this breath, I want you to practice 4 rounds in your own time. Otherwise, come with me. We're going to inhale. Take the arms all the way up and over the head to prayer. And exhale, we're going to bring them down to the forehead and peel them away. All the way down to the base of the body. We're going to inhale and raise. And exhale and release. Let the belly be soft. Inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling. exhaling. If you're comfortable to, close your eyes. Inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, and exhaling. One more round in your own time. And when you've finished, bring your palms to your lap, left on top of right, tips of the thumbs together. Good, just calming down the mind. Now, because my student has a lot of hip issues due to the fracture, doesn't like the really strenuous lateral poses. So I've put together a modified version for her. So come with me, just interlace your fingers. I'm going to take them up and over the head here. Inhale here, and then just exhale gently to your right. Inhale back to center and exhale gently to the left. And inhale back to center. And then we're going to just fold over that right knee. Two more deep breaths here. And if you find this too harsh on the hip, I want you to walk your hands back here and just release here. One more deep breath. And then walk your hands forward, take your arms out to the side, release your head. And then over to the other side. Beautiful. And then come all the way back up. Take the soles of the feet together, Baddha Konasana. Fantastic pose for fertility. Interlace your fingers around the toes or take hold of the ankles. Inhale and exhale. And then inhale, roll all the way back up, and we're going to come to lying on a mat. I want you to grab your strap or your scarf. Okay, so come to lying on your back. Place your pillow underneath your head. Ideally your chin should be a little lower than your forehead. Grab your scarf. Now if you have lower back issues, and my student does, I want you to keep your knees bent for this and come from a bent knee position. Otherwise, you can extend your legs all the way down to the mat. Just lie here, either with bent knees. Couple of deep breaths in Shavasana. Allow the body to completely balance. So nice. And then I want you to bend your right knee in towards the body. Take your scarf or your strap and raise that right leg up towards the ceiling. Keep the left knee bent here if you need to. Use your right arm to draw the leg in towards the body. Keep the knee bent if you need to here. And I want you to keep your left toe up towards the ceiling if your left leg is extended. When you're ready, place your left hand over your left hip and extend that right leg as far as is comfortable for you, out to the side, working right into the liver meridian. And then inhale, bring it back to center. Take hold now of your strap in your left hand. Take the legs slightly over the body. Not all the way, don't roll over. Keep that left buttock firmly on the mat. If it feels difficult, use your out breath. And then inhale, bring it back to center. One breath here. And then exhale. Release it all the way down to the mat. Feel the difference in the two sides of the body. Beautiful. When you're ready, left leg up towards the ceiling. Couple of deep breaths here. And then when you're ready, right hand over right hip, right toe up towards the ceiling, left leg out to the side. Let the belly be free. And then inhale back to center. Take hold of the strap in the right hand. Take the leg over. And then you inhale back to center, release your foot. Both legs extended now for everyone, all the way down to the mat. Now if you have a slight scoliosis in the lower spine, that's going to help with that scoliosis as well. And then when you're ready, bend your knees into the belly. Place your hands over your knees and just make circles on the lower spine. Again, working down into the pelvis. And reverse those circles. Hug the knees into the belly. And then float the eyes open. Roll off to one side. We're going to come into Viparita Karani, legs up the wall. So when you're ready, coming into the wall from the side, raising the legs along the wall, blanket underneath the head, lying with the legs long against the wall. Now, if you have a favorite position in this pose with the legs out or with the soles of the feet together and the knees out, please come into that position, or otherwise keep the legs long against the wall, bringing the blood all the way back and nourishing the womb. Hands in Yoni Mudra. A few deep breaths here. Feel the body sinking into the mat. Letting go, releasing. Letting go of all the stress. Letting go of all the tension. Two more deep breaths here. And if you wish to stay here for another 10 minutes and you have the time, please do. Otherwise, bend your knees. Roll off to one side. Come into a comfortable seated position on your mat. And we're going to close this sequence with Brahmari or humming bee breath, which is excellent for anxiety and circular thinking, where you can't stop that cycle of thinking. So what I want you to do is just watch me for a moment. I'm going to take my index fingers and press them into my ears. I'm going to take a deep breath and hum. Alright, so come with me. When you're ready, place your index fingers in your ears. Breathe into the belly and hum. Good, release. We're going to do 4 more rounds together. When you finish, bring your hands to your lap. Float your eyes open when you're ready. So that is our full-length sequence for fertility, working right down into the belly, getting lots of circular movements to get that pelvis really moving. Also for that circular thinking, the obsession with getting pregnant, which is so hard to not think about when you're trying to get pregnant. You should be feeling calm and relaxed, mind and body at peace. Take this feeling with you through the rest of your day, knowing that it is available to you whenever you need it. Namaste.